Are you sure about this?
I glanced sidelong at Ellery, my new Quest Investigations co-worker and self-described BFF, as we inched closer to the counter in Wonderful Mug Coffee Shop. If I looked straight at her, she'd know I was about to lie. Big time. Apparently I have a tell. My lips are moving. 100%, I said. Yep, total lie. 90%, maybe. Okay, 75. Fine, 15 at the most. Or 10. To be honest, guilt niggled at my insides over asking Ellery to accompany me. Since she's Fae, she has free access to Faerie through any available gateway. My Quest credentials entitle me to use the FTA, Fae Transportation Association, to travel between any relatively secluded spots via shortcuts through Faerie. But there were a couple of reasons why I couldn't justify calling up Frang, my usual driver, and toddling off through the portal. First, I didn't feel right using a Quest FTA voucher for this trip since it was personal, not professional. Second, FTA drivers follow carefully regulated paths through Faerie so the traffic won't disturb the residents, and none of them would ever take me where I needed to go. Because everyone, even a dweregar like Frang, who's as big as your average commercial refrigerator and regularly knocks back shots of dragon piss and crushed hollyberries, steers clear of Benia. I expect you would too, because, washerwoman of death and all. I know what you're thinking. Don't do it, Hugh. Or if you're really trying to get my attention, don't do it, Matt. Because when you use my actual name instead of my Quest Investigations moniker, I know you mean business. But come on, cut me a break, okay? After 3 weeks of nothing but texts with Lachlan Brody, the selkie who was actually interested in dating me, I was running seriously short on patience. We'd agreed not to go any further until he wasn't married anymore, but... Oh, right. Did I mention that my prospective boyfriend is still married? Well, he is. Technically. And since I'm not a homewrecker and Lachlan isn't a cheater, both of us refused to so much as kiss until he severs the handfasting knot with his Fae husband. And I really, really wanted to kiss Lachlan Brody. When we get there, I said as we crept toward the cashier, let me do the talking. Grizel, the Benia I was seeking, would answer 3 questions for us if we went about it properly, but she was extremely literal about what constituted a question. If Ellery were a wolf or bear shifter rather than a dryad, I'd have described the noise she made as a growl.
I don't know why we have to go to a stupid coffee shop anyway. Zeke always has a fresh pot of the best coffee in the known universe back at the office.
She lowered her voice.
With Druid-blessed beans.
We were at the coffee shop because I know better than to try to get any sense out of you before you've had your first cup. And this morning's trip, she smirked.
You don't want anyone at work to know about it, do you?
I shot her a glare. You know.
Yes, but I'm your BFF. You tell me everything.
Not everything, I grumbled. Some things were too embarrassing to admit. Like how, following years of pining after one unattainable man, I'd shifted my affection to another man who was just as unattainable, at least at the moment. And when did you become my BFF?
Are you saying I'm not?
I frowned, thinking over the very short time since I'd met Ellery on my first solo case for Quest. She'd been working as a maid then and wearing a severe black and white uniform with an attitude to match. After our somewhat rocky start, we'd become close in a remarkably short time. Now she was comfortable flying her true self around me, a style favoring clunky boots, patterned leggings, denim skirts, and a rainbow's worth of sweaters and jackets.
In natural fibers,
she'd informed me with a sniff, as well as more snark than any other 10 people. I guess not.
There you go. So, what's the deal?
We shuffled forward again. It's been 3 weeks, I murmured. She fluttered her eyelashes at me.
Since we declared our undying friendship for each other?
Since Lachlan said he wanted to date me.